Tonight, I shoot a clown. Me and the lads visit the airport and I take a quick trip to space. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I will be getting the Platinum trophy for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. There is 51 trophies required for the Platinum, and just like Modern Warfare, the bulk of these trophies are earned by completing all the missions on Veteran, and also doing various challenges during each mission. And lastly, I have to find collectibles again.
No, nothing.
As always, if you enjoy the video, leave a like, comment what games you want to see next, and subscribe. So we begin our journey with a cutscene, going over the most important things which happened in the last game, such as meeting Captain Price, shooting Zakhaev, 2 nukes being launched at the United States. You know, nothing major. But we also see that it's been 5 years since Soap killed Zakhaev. So General Shepard is now speaking and talking about how Zakhaev is now seen as a national hero, even though he nearly destroyed the country. But the standards are pretty low in Russia. But we now actually begin the game as our first playable character of the game, Joseph Allen. And we are doing the usual thing in a Call of Duty game, and that's learning how to fire a gun again. But once that's over, I go off on a little side quest, and that is to shoot 3 clowns dotted around this base, which is for an Easter egg that was added for the remastered version of this game. Once shooting all 3 clowns, this gets me the first trophy of the video. I then head further down into the base and decide to shoot General Shepard in the head, and this gets me another trophy. If you know, you know. So Easter egg trophies aside, I then have to run through the assault course, and depending on how fast you do it, you will be recommended a difficulty to play on. So after a few attempts, I get the veteran difficulty, and this unlocks me a trophy for beating the course in 30 seconds. But that's not good enough. You see, you need to beat a time of 20 seconds to get another trophy. But the more accurate you will reduce seconds off your final time. So that's why you see me hitting multiple targets with 1 bullet to try and reduce as much time as possible. But let's sit back and watch me try hard for a bit. So I finally got the trophy for beating the course in under 20 seconds. I then get another trophy back in the saddle for finishing the first mission. We then get another cutscene with General Shepard. Yes, he is the twat with the moustache. And if you somehow don't know who he is, or why I had to shoot him for a trophy at the start, what have you been doing with your life? Go play this game. We then carry on as Alan, and we giving a true Afghanistan welcome by being blown up almost immediately. But Shepard throws us into the battle, and I carry on this game exactly where I left off on the last one. I use the grenade launcher. This gets me a trophy for getting 3 kills with a single shot from the grenade launcher. But after gunning down several more enemies on the bridge, we are then free to get into our truck and watch the view. Good to see America spreading some democracy all over the world. Me and my squad then go for a drive through the town in our trucks, where we are instantly fired upon. Not our smartest idea. But we then drive up to a school and see it is swarming with terrorists, so we begin firing. But fuck that. After several RPGs go off, we get out of there.
Listen, we fucked up.
But our luck runs out as we get hit with an RPG.
Let's go!
But I managed to get inside with 0 help from my squad, thanks lads. We then clear out the building of any enemies and start to push our way over to the school. It's here where I get another trophy for killing 2 enemies with a single bullet. Me and my squad then start clearing out the rest of the school, and of course Americans are running around a school with guns. I mean, come on. Some jokes. Just write themselves. But we then sweep through the school, eliminating anyone left. Once outside the school, we gun down the remaining terrorists who are trying to flee, and then we link up with General Shepard. This completes the mission. We get 2 trophies for this, the first for beating the mission team player, and the second for beating it on veteran difficulty. We then see that Joseph Allen is going to be sent deep undercover to get intel on a terrorist known as Makarov, who is wanted by nearly every country in the world. So Allen is recruited into Task Force 141, which is a spec ops team with the finest hand-picked soldiers on the planet, including our second playable character, Gary Roach Sanderson, and also Captain John Soap McTavish. So we see Roach and Soap are just chilling off the side of a mountain they have climbed all to infiltrate a Russian base and retrieve an ACS module from the American satellite. So our duo begin to climb their way closer to the base, and further up, we see that Soap has learnt from Price very well, and just flings himself over this massive drop. So I then follow and make a right dick out of myself by fucking it up.
Don't let go!
You will find that Price used to love picking people up off the floor, but Soap likes to catch people just before they fall, and thankfully he does catch me, otherwise he would be doing this mission solo. We then sneak our way into the base and kill these two Muppets. I then push in solo, while Soap covers me with a thermal scope. I then get a trophy for killing someone with a knife, while remaining undetected. But I also decide to kill his friend here, and fuck me, Roach does not mess around, does he? But eventually I find my way to the fueling station, which I rig to blow as a plan B, in case we need to extract quickly. I then kill 2 engineers because I love committing war crimes, and also picking up intel. So I then follow Soap here, and let him take point, and well, I'll let you enjoy this.
Kill him! Kill him! Kill him!
I then head upstairs and find the ACS module. It's exactly here where Soap gets caught red-handed by the Russians, but not to fear, we have a plan B. So we then start sprinting our way to our extraction, while the entire garrison try to kill us. Just another day for Soap and Roach. But we keep fighting our way through the base until eventually we slide down the side of a hill. And after killing some more idiots on snowmobiles, we steal them and head to our exfil. So like something straight out of a James Bond movie, me and Soap floor it to try escape. But we are being chased by soldiers and attack choppers at this stage. But eventually, we get to the coolest part of this mission, and once again, sit back and enjoy.
It's over. Kilo 6-1, we're taking heavy fire, but we're almost there. Stand by. Pin the throttle. Keep going. There's the chopper.
Right, be honest, how many of us hit a tree while doing this part? We then get 2 trophies, the first for beating the mission cliffhanger, and the second for beating it on veteran difficulty. Back as Alan here, we then join the CIA deep undercover to try and find out more about Makarov, and just from the intel we have, he seems like a nice fella. See this Call of Duty? This is how you make a villain. Now begins the most infamous mission in the entire franchise. Yeah, I did actually finish the mission, but didn't include it, because I don't know how many people wanted to watch me shoot civilians for 10 minutes. So, in case you don't know what just happened, Makarov knew that Alan was undercover and shot him at the end of the mission, and this frames the United States for the attack. So me and the rest of Task Force 141 are headed to Brazil to find Makarov's accomplice. This mission begins with us tailing a van, and for fuck's sake, can nothing ever just go smoothly for once?
Get down! Get down! Getting away, Roach!
So me, Soap and Ghost all head after this twat, and eventually I get the chance to shoot him in the leg. This lovely gentleman on the right is Ghost, by the way. And he and Soap are going to commit some nasty war crimes to find out more information. So we will leave them to it.
You just tell us the truth, we swear you'll be fine. Right?
Yes, I swear.
She just wanted some help tracking.
So me and my squad head into the favela and immediately realize it's a bad idea, as we are ambushed and have to fight through small buildings and alleyways to advance. As you can see here, we are completely surrounded, and my 2 squomates die straight away, leaving me alone. But it's okay, because this part of the mission isn't really difficult or anything.
One eternity later.
So after getting my ass kicked for a solid 10 minutes, I finally managed to get past them, where I gunned down this dog, sorry. But the further in I pushed to the favela, the tougher the fighting got. There's maniacs running around with RPGs on the roofs, multiple people hiding in windows, so this place is just a shit show. We then get the trophy Desperado for killing 5 enemies in a row with 5 different weapons, I then manage to catch up with Rojas, but just as he is going to escape, Soap comes in clutch.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Seriously. Roach, Ghost, and Soap. What a trio. This guy stood no chance. We then get another trophy for beating the mission takedown on any difficulty. Jumping back to the Yanks, they seem to be picking up some aircraft heading towards the United States. Must just be a malfunction.
Sierra Delta, repeat.
I'm looking at fighter jets over I-95! How the hell did they get through?
Oh, never mind, the coast of the United States is being invaded as we speak. We then start this mission as James Ramirez, aka the one-man army, but we immediately get blown up by a BTR, so off to a great start. But after a few minutes, we push up the streets and engage Russian paratroopers, and this is honestly World War III. Our squad then further into this small town while clearing out any Russians in our way. We then regroup with another squad who are protecting a high-value target, so we assist them in guarding this location. We then take position on the roof and use a sentry gun and various different weapons to prepare for the assault.
I started blasting. Bang! Bang!
The Russians try push up, but using a thermal scope, I start picking them off with relative ease. This leads to me getting a trophy for killing 6 enemies in a row with a thermal weapon. We then are told to push across the street and destroy the Russians who are using a Predator missile to target us. So I rush over with the intervention and hit this twat with a quick scope, giving me instant flashbacks to 2009. I then get a few more quick scopes, just to let everyone know I've still got it. After that, I destroy a BTR with an RPG, and this gets me another trophy for not using the drone to destroy the BTRS. Me and the lads are then sent to secure Burger Town. Yes, Ramirez is literally told to do absolutely everything by Foley. Once securing Burger Town, to no one's surprise, Ramirez is given the Predator missile, and I just start picking off Russians left, right and center. I then get a trophy for getting 10 kills in one shot with the Predator missile. Once again, Ramirez is sent to go clean up a mess, and the mess just happens to be 2 attack choppers. So like, I've done all mission, I take care of that. But once that's done, we are actually finished. So we regroup with a convoy of Rangers before the mission ends. We then get another trophy for completing the mission Wolverines on any difficulty. Back as Roach now, and we are stuck in Brazil with no exfil, because the United States sort of have their hands full with the invasion. So we call up our old friend Nikolai, who will give us a lift out of here, thank fuck. So the mission begins, and I decide to commit another war crime. Unlucky Rojas.
100 of them, front and back. We're gonna have to fight our way to the LZ. Let's...
Me, Ghost and Soap all start fighting our way through more streets full of angry militia, but obviously they are no match for trained soldiers. I then use the old tactic of spray and pray to kill these few. After that we push down further and start picking off more enemies.
Grenade!
Many kills later, I find myself having some close calls as I switch to the G18. But as someone who played this game when it first came out, I can still roughly remember most of the spawn points for enemies, so this muppet behind the door doesn't stand a chance. We then all move into the market, where I decide to kill some chickens.
No. Wait. Wait.
This does actually get me a trophy for killing 7 chickens in under 10 seconds. I'm not just a chicken serial killer, but after clearing the market, we approach the exfil and see that it's surrounded and Nikolai has to flee, so he doesn't get shot down. So me and the lads then find ourselves literally running for our lives across rooftops. But all I have to do is make one last jump. Oh, for fuck's sake, Roach. Roach is cool as fuck, but I swear he can't jump for shit. So we then find ourselves on the ground gaining consciousness. Just as Roach wakes up, he's being surrounded by tons of militia, so like a prime Usain Bolt, he fucking takes off running. Let's just enjoy this together, shall we? Fuck, that music is just too good. We then get another trophy for beating both missions, Takedown and the Hornet's Nest, on veteran difficulty. Jumping back to Ramirez now, we are sent to clear out a town of Russian anti-air guns and also retrieve another high-value target. We will be doing this with the help of the honey badger. No, not the animal, it's a fucking huge BTR. So we instantly find ourselves in a massive gunfight with the Russians, as we have to move through each house clearing them of enemies before we can advance.
Thanks for the assist, Hunter 2-1.
But after pushing up solo, I find myself outnumbered with enemies dropping in from choppers, so I kill some rappelling down and get myself another trophy. Using the BTR, we push up to an enemy checkpoint full of enemies and a sentry gun, and somehow manage to clear this area out with relative ease. After this, we move through a tunnel and move into another street full of houses. So I get back to clearing the Russians out house by house. So after many dead Russians, I'm able to get out the back of the house where we find the enemy anti-air guns, where I call in an airstrike and just sit back and enjoy the view.
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
We then arrive outside the house where the HVT is, and we see a dirty Russian checking the fridge, so I kill him. Then pushing up the stairs, we find that the HVT has been killed inside the panic room. So we take some intel, and the mission ends. This gets me another trophy for beating the missions Wolverines and Exodus on veteran difficulty. Quickly back as Roach now, we are sent in to take out oil rigs off the coast of Russia, and that's because they are being used as SAM sites. So we have to clear them of enemies and free all the hostages so we can have air support. So we really bust out all the tools for this mission and use a submarine to infiltrate the oil rig quietly. So me and Soap begin swimming up to get into position, and well, do what we do best. We then push forward, and I quickly take out a guard before breaching a room and killing everyone. This gets me a trophy for killing 4 enemies with 4 bullets during a breaching scene. I then get another trophy after this for getting 50% of all intel. Me and my buddy Soap breach another door, and yeah, these guys have no chance. We then leave a little surprise for the approaching patrol who heard the explosions. As soon as they arrive, I blow the C4, and well, we go loud. So we start fighting our way up the oil rig, but once halfway up we encounter more Russians. So I camp this hallway and get myself some simple kills, and after that, I rush out to destroy the mini bird pestering us. I then pick off some more guards while we keep advancing. At the very top, we find the Russians are smoking the area, so this turns into very close gunfight, and luckily Soap has my back and kills a few for me, and then I return the favour after. We then breach the last room and just clean this room out with ease. Lucky we didn't miss a shot though. We then begin the second phase of this operation and get on board the mini bird It's Here, where Soap gives me my rifle. Thanks mate. We then carry on as Roach, and we all plan to raid the Gulag for prisoner 627. I wonder who that could be. For anyone who doesn't know, it's a massive Russian prison where you go if you're a political rival, or you're not well liked, and you're basically worked to death. So after that history lesson, the mission begins, and fuck how cool is Roach and Soap just chilling on the side of a chopper. So we then start picking off guards from the choppers and move from tower to tower, doing this having multiple RPGs fly past us, but it's okay. We are pretty safe up here.
Are you sure about that?
Oh fuck me. Never mind, the Americans are trying to chalk up a few more friendly fire kills by wiping us out. So General Shepard has to give them a scolding before we land. We then all start pushing inside while I flank around and find a few Russians unaware. We then begin our push into the Gulag, and I just wipe these guys with a grenade launcher. We continue to fight our way down with very close quarters combat. We then manage to get our way down to our armory, and I grab the shield straight away because I know what's about to happen. I then spend the next 30 seconds getting shot at from all directions.
Yeah, we are absolutely cooked, chat. GG.
But eventually we push out, and I pick up a few kills. It's here I get a trophy for killing an enemy with a riot shield. We then rappel down further into the Gulag to try and find prisoner 627, who is at the very bottom. He must be someone important. We put the NVGs on and start clearing what's left of the guards down here. We then all get blown up, because fucking Americans think friendly fire is a myth, and then can't actually kill us. We then breach a wall and start to just drop guys all over the place. I then say fuck it and just sprint my way to the end and drop down the hole, because that place is a nightmare to fight through. Once at the bottom, me and Soap breach the wall. Ah, fuck me, that's my nose, you prick. Wait, you look familiar. Oh shit, that's Captain John fucking Price, welcome back.
This belongs to you, sir.
Who's so?
The Yanks then decide to ruin the moment by bombing us again. So as we are about to jump to the chopper, the roof collapses, making us have to flee backwards. We then all find ourselves at a dead end with only a crack in the roof. Roach then gets taken out with falling rubble because it's not his day so far. But good thing Price is here to get me back to my feet, honestly. I bet he missed doing that.
Do it fast!
Bravo 6, I see your flare. Firing on the way.
So we then hook up to the line and make one hell of an exit. What a mission. We then get 2 trophies, the first for beating the mission on any difficulty, and the second for beating the missions. The only easy day was yesterday, and the Gulag on veteran difficulty. We then jump back to Ramirez, and we see the United States are getting a battering from the Russians, so we are basically just fighting on all fronts at the minute, but have to clear out a large building in front of us. After finally getting outside the building, I eliminate a few enemies before rushing over to get inside as I start clearing the building out with my squad. Further up the building, I stumble across several Russians fleeing and manage to gun them down. But after that, we discover a massive pile of enemies using rockets and snipers to fire upon our troops. So me and the lads wipe them out and begin using their own weapons to protect our men. So I start shooting down enemy choppers and using the sniper to pick off few enemies. Wasn't my best shooting, I can't lie.
Combat effectiveness.
I then get another trophy for shooting down 8 choppers during this mission. We then manage to get to the roof and get into our own chopper before our position was overrun. I find myself on the gun, and I'm just mowing down Russians, trying my best to protect our exfil site, allowing both injured troops and civilians to escape. This goes on for a few minutes of Ramirez racking up a kill count Stalin would be jealous of before we are finally hit with a missile. But as Foley says,
We're losing attitude control. Take us up. If we're going down, we're taking those damn tanks with us.
So we go up to try take down as many Russians as possible. Foley just earned a lot of respect. Tis goes about as well as you'd expect, and we are very quickly shot down and crash.
We're on the Bravo.
We then play as Roach again, and Price and Shepard are talking, and I get the feeling these two don't get on well. So Price says we need to help the United States out before we can focus on Makarov. And I mean, fuck you, Shepard. I take my orders from Price, not you. So the captain plans on hijacking a nuclear submarine. Surely he plans on using it against the Russians. So we all go along with the plan. Once on the ground behind enemy lines, me and Price link up and begin pushing our way to the target. So me and the old man start picking off stragglers with ease. Good to see Price has still got it. But as we advance, the captain's spidey senses begin to tingle, and a fucking BTR comes flying out of nowhere. So we run for our lives into the trees hoping to get away. Luckily enough, we get deep enough into the woods, but we are surrounded by enemy patrols, so this won't be easy. But this is Price and Roach, so we begin to just mop up anyone we come across, taking out 3 enemies.
3-man patrol, dead ahead.
And then another 4-man patrol by ourselves. But just to show Price how good I am, I decide to take out the entire next patrol by myself with ease.
Tried to slip past. Your call.
We then push up to the ridge and head down, and it's here where Ghost and his team support us. We blow up 2 anti-air guns. This gets us a trophy for not letting the Predator drone get shot down. We then all push forward towards the enemy base to stop the submarine. Once outside the base, we kick it off by blowing up the BTR. Then I make a mad dash for cover, while wiping out several enemies with the AA-12 shotgun. I then have a very close encounter with a solo enemy, but manage to kill him first. But our squad pushes hard to arrive at the submarine quickly, so Price can do what he needs to. Ghost then leads us into an overwatch to cover Price while he stops the submarine. I then use the Predator drone to wipe out a truck full of enemies, stopping us from being overrun, followed by some sniping from up top. Seems as if Price is actually going to launch the nuke instead of stopping it. Strange. So maybe all that time in the gulag turned him into a nut job. But we get another 2 trophies, the first for beating the mission and the second for beating it on veteran difficulty. So the United States are now panicking because Price decided to launch the nuke at them. I mean, I'd have fired it at the French if I'm being honest, but whatever. But he actually fired it at a high enough altitude to EMP the coast, allowing the Americans to counterattack since they would have access to fresh equipment. Back as Ramirez now, and he, Foley and Dunn all survived the crash, and so did Wade. Never mind, but out of ammo and surrounded, all we can do is hold our position. It's here where I teleport to space and just watch as the nuke Price launched explodes, and yes, it wipes out the space station. Now back as Ramirez, we see the EMP take effect and it decimates the Russian forces and all their choppers and tanks. So we decide to sprint for our lives again, dodging falling choppers. But eventually it stops and we are able to rearm and head back out. It's here where a lone soldier tells us to head to Whiskey Hotel, so we decide to do that. We head inside and try to clear this room. Ah, fuck now. Ramirez has PTSD as well. Pushing in quickly, we use grenades and stuns to easily kill all the Russians in this room. And after we head to the other room and wipe out all resistance, this allows us to dander our way to Whiskey Hotel. This turns out to be a bunker for the president to hide in. Pushing through the tunnel, we find ourselves meeting up with more Rangers, and the colonel on the battlefield. He orders us to head over to the White House because it still has power, so our squad make a mad dash for it while being peppered with gunfire from all directions, but finally able to make it to another building and kill the remaining Russians and head inside. Once inside, we hear that any building not using green flares will be destroyed by an airstrike, so we start to run to save the White House essentially. Fighting our way through, he building it is crawling with Russians, but we push hard and clear them out by working as a team. But the longer we take, the closer it is till that airstrike hits. But eventually, we kill them all, and me and Dunn manage to get to the roof and deploy the green flares, saving us in the White House.
Countersign detected at Whiskey Hotel. Aboard. We got a countersign. Aboard mission.
This gets us 2 trophies, the first for beating the mission, and the second for beating the missions of their own accord and Whiskey Hotel on veteran. Back as the task force, we have narrowed down where Makarov is hiding, so Ghost asks that himself and Roach check a safe house in Russia, where Price and Soap head to Afghanistan. Wait, me and Ghost working together, we will kill Makarov and then head home for a pint. What could possibly go wrong? So the mission begins with our sniper support covering us, and they even gave me my favourite gun in this game. But as we push towards the house, we're ambushed by bouncing Bettys. We're also taking mortar fire and gunfire from the front and left. Oh fuck. So me and the team hard push through the smoke, and DI start picking off guys left and right. We then arrive outside the house and see 2 trucks preparing to leave. But as we find out, the trucks are both bulletproof, but our sniper support has it covered. Thanks again, lads. So me and Ghost begin to clear main room of the house, picking off several guards and giving us a foothold inside the house.
We're gonna get 3 o'clock.
I then head upstairs solo and breach another room, killing the 3 inside. I suppose he'll check the bathroom, make sure no one is in there. Okay, let's pretend we never seen that. Once the house is cleared, we then see it is full of intel on Makarov. So it will be easy to find him now, so I start to download all the files from his computer. But we have to hold this area until it's done. I then make their assault harder by picking off enemies in the chopper and shooting any I see on the thermal scope. We are completely surrounded, but with sniper support, claymores and our defensive position, we can hold this area well enough. I then pick off more as they try flank and enter from the bottom of the house. But some get inside, so I head down and eliminate any and all who made it inside. Once back upstairs, our perimeter is starting to get overrun, so it's a good thing the download finishes and we can leave. Running to our extraction, we are getting chased from behind and have enemies in front and are getting hit with mortars, so we can't take too long. But while running, Roach is heavily wounded with a mortar. Good thing my pal Ghost is here.
I've got red smoke in the tree line. Stand by to engage on my mark.
Stand by.
Thunder 2-1. Cleared hot.
Roger that, cleared hot. Guns.
Roach, hang in there.
Ghost then helps Roach to his feet. Seriously, that's the sort of person you'd hate to lose.
You have the DSL. We've got it, sir.
Good. That's one less loose end.
No!
You fucking dirty, rotten bastard shepherd. I will beat the shite clean out of you, you prick. Price then tries warn us, but it's too late.
Come in! This is Price! We're under attack by Shepherd's men in the boneyard! So, hold the left flank! Do not trust Shepherd! I say again, do not trust Shepherd! So, get down!
When I first played this back in 2009, I was around 8 or 9 years old, and honestly I could not wrap my young mind around what happened. We then get a trophy for beating the mission. So Price and Soap are stuck in Afghanistan, with enemies on both sides and few friends. So we once again call Nikolai for a pickup, as he is the only man mad enough to land a plane in a fucking war zone. So we now play as Soap, and I begin this mission by destroying everything in sight.
Out to Makarov at the same time! Head for rallying point Bravo to the west! Trust no one!
Price then hits Makarov up on the phone and demands he tell us where Shepherd is, and after a quick conversation with each other, Price hits Makarov with best comeback in the franchise.
Shepherd is using Site Hotel Bravo. You know where it is. I'll see you now.
Forward to it. Give my regards to Zakayev if you get there first.
Pow!
British humour is undefeated. So just as Nikolai arrives, we see that the area is full of both Makarov's and Shepherd's men. So fuck, this will be fun. So I just start picking off as many as I can before heading down, and trust me, there's a lot of guys here to shoot. But I finally start getting closer to Price, and after being as quick and efficient as I can, I make it to the Jeep to escape. But what happens next is something out of Fast and Furious. We are being chased by tons of cars while exchanging gunfire. But halfway through this rook, our driver gets shot, and I have to take the wheel and guide us into the plane. We then get 2 trophies, the first for beating the mission, and the second for beating the mission, Loose Ends, and the enemy of my enemy, on Veteran. We then find that both Soap and Price are put on the most wanted list, probably because it's illegal to have these 2 weapons of war in close proximity to each other. But I will let you all enjoy this speech from Price.
The healthy human mind doesn't wake up in the morning thinking this is its last day on Earth. But I think that's a luxury, not a curse. To know you're close to the end is a kind of freedom. Good time to take inventory. Outgunned, outnumbered, out of our minds on a suicide mission. But the sand and rocks here, stained with thousands of years of warfare, they will remember us for this. Because out of all our vast array of nightmares, this is the one we choose for ourselves. We go forward like a breath exhaled from the earth, with vigor in our hearts and one goal in sight. We will kill him.
I got chills listening to that. Price just fucking oozes aura, like he had 8-year-old me willing to die for him when I heard this speech. We then start the mission, using the cover of the storm. And no fucking way they gave us the intervention for this mission. We then encounter our first patrol, but let's be real, these Muppets don't stand a chance. Quick, clean and efficient, that's how we work. We give these twats the same treatment. Pushing towards Shepherd, we then rappel further down, so we can get inside the cave. But once near the bottom, we chalk up another 2 kills, to our tally, as these 2 guards get the 1-4-1 treatment. Heading inside, we find that we are heavily outnumbered, and after ducking into some cover, we actually see how outnumbered we are.
Or a bad transmitter. Send a team to check it out. Over. Roger that.
But that doesn't stop me from killing this guard. and then sneaking our way past the main group of them all. We then follow this up by taking out another 2 without alerting anyone. After that, Price gets in on the knife action and takes this loner out. Eventually though, our luck runs out and we have enemies looking for us, but they don't stand a chance. We sweep through the cave, picking them off, and then head outside after. Once outside, I use the riot shield to draw some fire. And yes, there was always one twat in the multiplayer who done this, but it allows us to advance where we encounter more enemies. After killing another squad, we push up and see them holding a choke point, so I flank to the right and find myself in the best position to take them out. After doing that, we breach another room, and it's become second nature at this point. But that coward Shepard won't face us properly, so he rigs the room to blow so me and Price sprint for it. I then wake up to find out that Shepard has ordered an airstrike on our location.
So, incoming! Get down! Get down!
But that doesn't work. But I do pick off his remaining soldiers, and we head into the cave to chase Shepard. We then chase him down, and I start the mission by getting a trophy for finding all 45 pieces of intel. But we then begin to chase him in the Zodiacs, and we are getting fired at by Shepard's men on the shore and inside the caves, and there's not a lot we can do, but just go faster. But eventually we make it outside the cave, onto open water, and we see he has choppers and other boats as backup. We are able to follow him without any problems, but we get into some rapids, making it very hard to keep up, and Shepard is finally able to get on board a chopper. But the old man isn't going to let him go that easy, and pulls out some Hawkeye level of shooting. I'm not able to get the Zodiac back up the waterfall, so looks like we're going for a swim. I then wake up coughing up water, but Price is nowhere to be seen, so looks like I'm doing this solo. I then find some of Shepard's men crawling from the crash, and Soap doesn't believe in mercy. I then see that wee tramp Shepard running out of the crash, but I'm too slow. I then see him chilling at a car, and pause a second. What the fuck this is? Rust the infamous 1 versus 1 map. Wait, is this Rust's first ever 1 versus 1? Well, I can't lose if that's the case. Oh shit. I think I've lost. Price won't let me live this down. So Shepard is just about to execute me, but Captain fucking Price comes in clutch again. I then try grab the gun but get my shit rocked. Sorry Price, you're on your own, mate. Wait a second. Did Price just get his hat knocked off? No way, anyway. Price kick his ass.
Kill him! Kill him! Kill him!
Wait, Shepard has got hands. Price is getting battered, fuck's sake. No way we can lose a 2 versus 1 that's even worse. Soap then decides that he will do literally anything not to lose here, and says fuck it, and starts ripping the knife out of his guts, eventually resorting to using both hands. But finally he gets the knife and gets the first ever throwing knife kill in Rust's history. And that's why you're allowed to use throwing knives during quickscope battles, because Soap done it first.
We did it! We did it! We did it! We did it! No! We did it! We did it!
I then wake up to find Price patching up my wound and a Nikolai ready to pick us up. Honestly, what a man he is. The game then ends. We get 3 trophies in a row here, the first for beating the last 2 missions on Veteran, the second for beating the campaign on any difficulty, and the third for beating the campaign on Veteran. I then had some challenge trophies to unlock, so headed back to earn all of them. I then get another trophy for pushing the red button in the museum and surviving. The next trophy is got for beating any mission without reloading or using the knife. Another trophy is earned for killing 10 enemies with akimbo weapons. I then got the headbang trophy for killing an enemy by hitting them in the head with a stun grenade. The next trophy was got by getting over 80 kills with the honey badger. I got the trophy hot potato for destroying the chopper with only frag grenades on the mission. The only easy day was yesterday. The next trophy was earned for getting 20 claymore kills on the mission loose ends. Another trophy was got by killing 20 enemies during a driving sequence. I then had to go and play the entire game again without dying to get the trophy immortal. And finally, I got the last main trophy ghost for planting the C4 on cliffhanger without getting detected or killing anyone, and this led to me getting the Platinum trophy. So everyone, that was the Modern Warfare 2 Remastered Platinum trophy. For me, it's the best Call of Duty game ever made. It just had it all. The campaign was amazing, Spec Ops was good fun, and the multiplayer was peak. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye.